Well, here we are again. It's Brandon and Stuart, and it's Trash Talk on Tuesday
Yes,
morning, 8 a.m.
it is.
Strange couple behind you, dude.
I hope it's not a couple. I think that's her kid, to be honest with you. See, guys, check this out. Like, look at that.
Yeah. T- t- Talk about cutting
What?
the cord there.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's been times like Luke and I wear similar outfits. Like, we were in Vegas. We had some cool hats to get. Like, we matched.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we go to different things and we match. Or sometimes we just can't help it. I dress like a 6-year-old. So, um,
Well,
but
and
this,
Halloween, you know,
yeah, this.
yeah,
I mean,
that's scary.
it's bad. It's bad enough the kid just, I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. I'm assuming a girl,
Yeah.
but I also can't tell if the parent is a boy or a girl. It looks like Pat from Saturday Night Live. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Well, we call it an awkward moment, and that's what we were talking about. Maybe talking about awkward moments that you find yourself in.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Yeah.
and we were also talking a little bit about another subject, really, but about moles and
Yeah. We're not going into that. No, 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 no.
only
No
from
moles
the,
today.
only from the standpoint where sometimes you find yourself in an awkward moment when you're talking to somebody that
True.
has a birthmark, a very
Yes.
noticeable birthmark, or what's worse is somebody that's got that kind of crossed eye, like Larry, what was his name? Feldman, the comedian actor Feldman or
I
something
don't know.
that had one eye that looked straight ahead and the other one went off on the side.
It's
And
weird. It's weird.
you're not sure which eye to look look at.
It's happened to me sometimes. Like, so there's a couple things. I've talked to people. I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, and sometimes somebody has like maybe like a scar right here or on their nose, and you're talking to them, and I can't help it, but I want to look at it because I want to, like, in my mind, I want to figure out how they got it. And so then I realized, oh crap, do they notice that I'm staring at it? And I could care less. Like, it doesn't even look that bad. But because I'm talking to them, I notice it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And then I'm like, oh, let me look over here. I get the other thing too. I'm going to call somebody out on this next time, I think. So I've noticed with me, and maybe I should watch how they communicate with other people. They'll talk to me, right? Like, as they're talking to me, their eyes will dart either on my head, or they'll dart like over here, like they look at my chest. And I'm like, I'm thinking like, do I have something? And then I'm like, okay, did I miss a spot? Is there this just random piece of
Yeah.
hair here?
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
And what can I do to find out what the heck's going on?
right. But it happens all the time. Now, then I wonder, like, is it because I'm very much like, if I'm talking to you, I'm looking right at you. Like, I'm gonna talk to you and look in your eyes. I know they're like, hey, look in the middle of somebody's head so you're not freaking them out. But I look right. So I don't know if they're like, they don't like that. So they're like, I don't know, but it happens a lot. And then I'm like, then I look down and I start getting self-conscious. I'm like, oh God, is it because I'm fat? Is it because like maybe my shirt is unbuttoned and my chest is hanging out? Like, I don't
Right.
know,
Yeah.
but they do it. It's weird.
Yeah. Or how about when you're talking to somebody and they sneeze
Yeah.
and they
They get a little dribble.
don't quite get everything, and you're sitting there and you're conscious of it, and you're looking and should I say something? If it's a
Uh,
friend, you just say, "Hey, dude, you gotta
yeah, dude, you got a hanger.
some snot hanging there."
You got a squatter, like he's trying to
But
live rent free in your nose.
so when
Um,
you're talking to a work associate or something, and you just not exactly sure how do I approach this.
The other thing too is it happened one time. This guy that is just awkward to begin with. Just his jokes are awkward. His mannerisms, like everything he does, is awkward. I'm like, I don't. You need to live in a small town. Um, but he sneezed and he had a hanger on. He had a cliffhanger going on. And then he's like, "All right, Brandon. Well, good to talk to you." And he went to shake my hand, and I'm like, "Nah." I literally looked at him. I go, "Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, how about a fist bump? All
Yeah,
right.
I didn't even do anything. I put my hands in my pockets. I was like, all right, see you later. And I left because I'm like, number one, I don't really like talking to you that much. because you're very awkward and annoying. And number two, dude, you just sneeze and you have like a friend that isn't going away. So why would I want to shake your hand, you weirdo?
Yeah, and then usually that person ends up saying, "Okay, I'll see you later." They go into the restroom and they look in the mirror and they think, "Oh my God,
Right.
that whole conversation, I got this thing hanging."
That's what you assume, but maybe they don't even care. Maybe you're like, oh, whatever, you know.
Or,
There's so many
or
awkward moments.
they go like this, and now it's all over their sleeve.
So many awkward moments. It's funny. Like I was at a coffee shop the other day before work. I got my tag on, right? And this was a new coffee shop. So I may have gone there twice. You know what I mean? And I had my name tag on, right? So there you go. And I know it's just habit for them, but it was really funny. This girl's like, order my drink, and she looks up. She's like, okay, can I get a name? And I'm like,
Right.
Brandon. And she's like, okay, Brandon or Braden. And I'm like, it's right here. Like it's not even little, like you. And then she goes, oh, it's right on your shirt. And I'm like, yeah. And
So
she's like,
what'd she write on the cup? HEB?
right. And then she leans in and she reads it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
so I unclipped it and handed it to her. And she's like, I should know how to spell that. And then she just walked away. And I'm like, this is awkward. I don't think I'm coming back to this coffee shop again because they might spit in my coffee.
Oh, that's funny. Another awkward moment that I was thinking about, and and this has happened to me a couple of times. Go to the grocery store, got my grocery list up and down the aisles, put everything in the cart, go through, check out, I reach for my wallet and it's not there.
Yeah, right.
And I will tell you, I admit this to our audience. This has happened to me more than once.
I believe this actually.
And so I will either, thankfully, I have my phone, which I probably should take a picture of my card or something, but
or just add it to your wallet and your phone.
yeah, I'm still stuck in the 20th century, so I don't know.
I don't even know about that, but yeah, okay.
But I on occasion I have, while I have been checking out, the phone will ring and it's Lauren saying, "Did you forget something?" And I'll say, reach for the back pocket, and oh my God, she says, "I'm on my way."
Oh no.
Or not, at least it's a local grocery store. They'll say, "Okay, we'll just leave your cart full of stuff over here. Go ahead and run home, get your card, and come back."
Well, this is why you should shop at a grocery store that has Apple Pay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what
I'm just saying.
But I haven't read that part of the manual yet.
It's the easiest thing in the world. Like, I'm pretty sure that Luke can figure out how to add a credit card to an iPhone that he doesn't even have.
Well,
So-
then the next time I go shopping, I'll pick Luke up on the way.
I'm telling you, because he's always like, this happened to me before where I forgot my wallet. You're not the only one, And we've gone out and Luke's like, "Oh, Apple, do they take Apple Pay, Dad?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're good, buddy." I think that is awkward though. That is awkward. You know what? It's happened to me. Kind of. I'll go back into that where maybe we were traveling, and I'm just back in town, and so when I travel, I don't take like my big giant, not that I have a big giant wallet, but I like to have nothing in my pockets as much as possible. I hate it. Yeah. So I have this very thin, driver's license, one card. That's it. And I'll take that when we travel. Now, when I go to work, it's not that much thicker. It's really not, but I have my discount card and a couple other things that I might need, insurance card, just random stuff. Yeah. So maybe I've gotten back from traveling and I haven't swapped out, or I did swap out, but forgot to put my credit card back in. And I've gone to do, grab something real quick, gas, coffee, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, crap. Oh, no big deal. I'll just do Apple Pay. And then I'm like, wait, I got to transfer money into this account so I can do Apple Pay. And then the internet isn't working and it's just taking forever. And I'm in the drive-through I'm sorry, I have money. It's not going through. And I've literally had to park and then come inside and then be like, and wait a couple minutes, be like, oh, there it is, and then do Apple Pay. That sucks. I feel so stupid. Like I feel so awkward, you know?
Well, and also, I don't know if it ever you ever experienced it, but you go out on a date
I'm
sometime
glad you, yes,
and you get
yes.
ready to pay, and all of a sudden, ooh, I forgot my wallet or something. So now what do you do? Do you ask your date to pay and I'll pay you back?
Dude,
That ain't
you got to
going
send him a
good.
Venmo. You can be like, hold on, I'll Venmo you real quick. I got you, girl.
That's funny.
Well, so speaking of dates, and this wasn't really a date, but it's happened recently. I talked about it on a podcast a couple weeks ago, or I don't remember when. There's a girl, and I'm gonna give you the short version. There's a girl that super cool, whatever, like nothing, like there's not, whatever going on because whatever. But we talk a lot and a decent amount, and she's cool, and I found out through conversation she works at a coffee shop, not the one that I was just at, but she works at a different coffee shop. And she's got some other stuff that she does too, but this is just, times are tough. Let's make as much money as we can everywhere, right?
Right.
And so I was like, oh, dude, I didn't know that. I was like, well, when do you work next? And she's like, oh, I work tomorrow. I was like, cool, I'll swing by on my way to work. And it just so happened I had a window of like an hour before I really had to get into work. And I was like, do I drive back home? And, like, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, dude, I'll just go to the coffee shop. That girl's there. And I went in, and obviously they're super busy, and it's cool. I wasn't going to like just sit down and hang out with her, but I was gonna, hey, what's up? Reciprocate the favor, be a man of my word. Got a coffee. She's super cool. She makes it. She runs it out to me, and it's in a real cup, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm staying to drink this. Okay. Which I'm not mad. I prefer coffee in real cups, but I just wish somebody would ask, right?
That might have been planned.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. So now the wheels are working in my mind, which is a dangerous place. And I'm sitting down, and and then she comes over. Now it's busy, but there's a lot of staff there. She comes over, and she's got looks like an espresso cup. And I'm like, bro, is she giving me another shot? Like, I'm good. Like, and she sat down, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? She's like, I'm taking a break. They can handle this. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm not crazy. And we're chatting about nothing, just talking, like whatever. And a couple of things and led up to whatever. And I'm like, do I have an opportunity to potentially, like, because she said, hey, what days do you work? These are the days I work. Maybe you can come up here on a day you don't work, so you can have, and I was like, okay. And then I'm like, should I just give her my digits, have her text me? The fishing line was out there. Anyway, at the end of this, Mr. Brandon, 45-year-old, who's done this 1,000 times in his life, never has an issue talking to anybody, not even really trying to date. I'd just be kind of cool to hang out with a girl that isn't like, or hang out with a girl, period. So I'm not just looking at my dude friends all day long, like somebody pretty to look at other than my ugly homeboys, And she's like, yeah, so I'll talk to you soon. And I go, yeah. And what do? I give her the fist bump. Like I'm going to say it, guys, like I cock blocked myself. Like I gave her the fist bump. I totally just put the friend zone together. And even though I wasn't looking for anything, and then she's like, all right, dude. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And that's when you walk out of the coffee shop and you go, oh man, what did you just do?
I literally sat in the car, and I was like, I sat in the car and I go, awesome. I have a new friend now.
Right.
I mean, it's so stupid, so awkward, beyond awkward, totally awkward.
Another awkward moment is when you are on the road and you're traveling and you realize that you're losing the charge on your phone, but you left the charging cord at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although anywhere along the highway, you can stop anywhere and
pick one up,
get another charging cord. But just when you need it, you realize, oh, I'm down to like a half a bar here or something. I'm running out of juice.
I think the funniest things too, like you always have those moments where you're like, you have those dreams like when you're a kid, of like going to school naked or something like that. And you think about how awkward it'd be. Well, the really bad thing is when something like that happens, like you go work out. Like I go for a run and I put my running pants on and running shorts on, put my shoes on, put everything on, put my shirt on, and I go start my run. And then I'm like, feels weird. I'm not wearing any underwear. Okay. I have to turn around. I'm going to be put on a list if I don't turn around.
Right.
And all these people are walking by with their kids, like, what is going on down there? And yeah, that's happened to me twice. So,
And I honestly, you think about this happening and you wonder what it's like. I've been in a bathroom where you're doing your thing, sitting down, and all of a
I hate
sudden you
bathrooms.
reach and there is no toilet paper.
I hate it. I just,
And
you,
if it happens into a bathroom that's got more than one stall,
you can
you don't hear anybody else. You get up
do a quick run.
stall. Yeah, yeah. But when you're in a one stall bathroom,
I can't do anything.
you got some ingenuity working.
Yeah. You use a sock and call it a day, like, well, and bathrooms are the most awkward place ever. And I don't want to hear women say that it's only men because look, I've been in women's bathrooms. You guys are disgusting creatures. Your bathrooms are always dirty.
Right.
But
right.
men are like just have some decency. We understand that things happen. I'm aware of how bathrooms work. Okay. But why do you got to come in and like you've been holding it all day? You got to make every single noise under the sun like you're giving birth to an elephant. And then you got to blast us with whatever Taco Bell you ate. And I'm just like, and then they come out and they're like, hey, man, I'm like, really? Dude, and I've gone in like where I'm like, I really have to pee. There's a line at the urinals, but okay, I'm going to go in and just pee in here. And I've opened the door and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to hold it, or I'm just going to drive away to the next one. Or if I'm at work, I'm just going to like hold it as much as possible and try to rotate through the family bathroom or go to the restaurant and check out their bathroom or take a break and go to the gas station.
Or how about when you get into that stall and the latch is broken and the door won't stay shut?
And you got to sit like you're strapped into a gynecologist and you got to put the foot up, and you're like, hold on, man, well, and then I've also have it like bathrooms, like you turn it and it's like it's red. So that means occupied. Well, at least it means stop. That's the international color for stop. I don't know if it's international, but I believe it is.
Yeah,
and so you say stop. And then somebody's doing this at the door, like they're the SWAT team. And I'm like, bro, I'm in here. And they're like, sorry. And I'm like, you sat there for 5 minutes like you were going to bust in and arrest me. You saw the stop sign.
Yeah.
So weird. And then they're just standing there when you wait out looking at you like they have literally been standing there. They want that stall. The other stall's open, but they want that one. And then they're just looking at you. And I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah.
I hate going to the bathroom in public.
Or the other stall is a handicap stall. They don't want to use the handicap stall.
Dude, I always try to use the handicap stall. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
If I have to do that situation, which I don't like to do, but sometimes it happens and you can't help it. If I have to do it, I'm going to go in the handicap stall.
Right. And if there's other people in the bathroom, you just kind of, limp your way out.
Yeah. They ignore it. It's big. Yeah. Genuinely, I've seen in my life, and this might not be entirely true. Maybe it's just the one that I frequent the most. Genuinely, it's more clean. It's cleaner than the others. And definitely stocked with toilet paper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate bathroom experiences. I freaking hate it. Luke and I were at a park and in Frisco, and he's like, Dad, I gotta pee. And I'm like, oh God. And I knew that the bathroom wasn't gonna be great, but I'm also like, well, it's Frisco. And I was dead wrong. This bathroom looked like a meth lab. Like, dude, I walked in and I was like, we're not gonna pee here, buddy. And he's like, but I really have to go. I'm like,
I gotta go. I gotta go, Dad.
I'm gonna take you somewhere else. I'm not gonna tell you. Well, I will tell you what we did, but I won't tell you what park it is. We just walked far so that we could get behind some trees, and I let him pee. I don't care. He's 6. I told him never to do it again and don't do it at school. He's like, Dad, are you sure we're going to get in trouble? I'm like, I don't care. Please do it all the time.
Oh, so life is filled with awkward
Yeah,
moments.
especially if you're these two clowns
Yeah.
from. It looks like they're wearing. It looks like they got inspired by the Mork and Mindy show. You know, like I mean, what is this? Is an SNL skit. There's no way these people are real.
Or they're on their way to a performance of Annie.
Yeah, and they're both playing Annie Younger and Annie Older. But I'm
Right.
telling you right now, Annie Older's a dude. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer. Somebody should call and see if that kid made it out alive.
Or is that Mrs. Doubtfire?
I don't know, man. That's a serial killer in the making. That's all I'm saying.
Well, awkward moments. Glad you joined us today. We'll come up with some more awkward moments, I'm sure, because we often have them. So
True.
anyhow, go out, make it a good one, and come back, check us out again next week. All right, take care. Bye.